Hi everyone, I'm Jazy, and I'm bringing you today a tutorial that is mostly what I usually wear for dates when I go out with my husband. First thing I do is to put the hair away from my face with like a little hair clip, and then I move on to moisturize. I use the simple moisturizer, the rich moisturizer, which is really good. I think it works really well with my makeup. It dries quickly, but it's really good. Then I like to put some EOS Lip Balm, to keep them hydrated while I'm doing my makeup. And then I use the Silisponge to apply my foundation, which is the Superstay 24-Hour Foundation by Maybelline. I use the Silisponge because it's the best, I think, right now. I've tried like many products, and I really like it because yeah, I have a weird face there. Because I feel like it's really good at blending the product. I usually have a lot of trouble with some brushes because the little lines at the end. Well, this one is really clean. Because when you're done, you just wash it, and then you can just reuse it. While with the beauty blender, it gets all stained and so on. But with this one, it's just crystal clear afterwards. And then I just dot foundation in my face and start spreading it, and then start patting in the product. So I start with the cheeks first. And then I move on to the chin area, which is where I have like the need of most coverage, so I focus on it. And then I go to the nose as well, and I spread a little along the jawline and the neck so it blends better with the rest of the face. Quite pale, as you can see, so I have to blend it really well. And I also have to go for foundation that's really close to my skin color. Then I start patting and patting away till it's all nice and blended, so it doesn't look like we're wearing a mask or something like that. And then I move on to my eye makeup. I like to do my eye makeup first. So what I use as a primer for my eyeshadow, oddly, is not an actual eye primer. It's a concealer from Revlon ColorStay. I tried this once because I ran out of my primer and it turned out to be amazing, and that's what I've been using instead. And it's a good option if you cannot, afford like a super expensive primer. And it's really good. It stays on all day and helps your eyeshadows pop. Then I move on to my Physicians Formula palette, and I take these two colors, which is like a really dark brown with a little bit of a deep purple, mix them together, and I focus on the outer corner of my eye and blend away to give a smoky effect. I do this first. I think it looks cleaner at the end if I do the darkest part of the tutorial first, and then I move on to the lighter color. So with this other brush, I grab this kind of pinkish color, pinkish almost like lilac, and I put it all over my eyelid. And then I move on to eyeliner. Using this one I bought this one in Costa Rica, LAIS. But then you can just choose your favorite eyeliner. I don't go for like a super intense cat eye because I'm not really good at it. Then I let it dry, and then I go for the eyelashes. I use a heated eyelash curler because I think it's the best for me. Otherwise, my eyelashes don't really curl. It's not with that. So I turn it on, and I then just use it on my eyelashes for like 10 to 15 seconds on each eye. And then I move on to mascara. I'm using this one, which is the Manga one. I'll put all the names down below in the description of the products I'm using, just in case you want to try it. And I coat it. It's really thick, that's why it looks, because it's waterproof. So it's very thick when you apply it. You have to be careful. Then I move on to the concealing in my under eye circles. And what I actually do is that I like to use this like a really lighter than my skin color foundation. So I'm using the new one by Rimmel, Refresh, and I pat it there. It seems to blend really well with my foundation, and it brightens up my eyes really well, so I really like it. So as you can see, you don't really have to wear it specifically the product for what it is. You can use it in other areas and get a lot of advantage of it. And then we move to powdering. I use the Stay Matte by Rimmel. As you can see, I've used quite a bit. And then I start patting the product in the areas that I need most coverage, and I need them to not rub off easily, so mostly the chin, and then under my eyes, so the concealer stays on all day, and then of course a little bit in my nose as well, and the cheeks. Make sure to pat that powder as best as you can. That's the best way, doing patting motion so the product actually gets in. And then just do a final little rubbing motions to just blend in after you have patted very well. Then we move to blush by Rimmel. Well, just put a little bit at the top of my cheeks. And then if you want, you can add a little bit. I do like to use bronzer, but not too much, so I just do a little basic with the Victoria's Secret bronzer. Put some on my forehead as well, and under my jawline. And then I don't really do anything crazy with my eyebrows. I just brush them with some clear gel. But if you have your own brow gel, you can try that as well and do your normal eyebrow routine. Oh, and of course, one thing that you always should do is grab a shimmery color and put it in your inner corner of your eye and a little bit in the brow bone as well. That helps brighten up your eyes to look more awake. And lastly, of course, the lipstick. Using this one by Revlon. It's like a purpley, pinkish color. It's really flattering. And that's it. Well done. It's a really nice look. I like it a lot. And it's really pretty and flirty. So I hope you guys liked it. And let me know if you want to see more tutorials like this one in the comments below.